people, I think, who are fans of Senator Reinbold and they believe that she speaks for them, I think that she would really, or they would really like to hear specifically so that they can make up their own minds whether she was justifiably removed as chair of the Senate Judiciary Committee, what specifically she did that warranted her removal.
You have to get your work done. We have a lot to get done, and here I am on day, 93 of the legislature discussing one individual. We need to get our actual work done. We need to balance the budget, jumpstart Alaska's economy, reduce the footprint of government. We need to get what we care about as conservatives done. SJR said.
But what is it that she did that would prohibit you from getting your work done specifically?
Well, what I believe is probably the case is a personal vendetta with the governor. Those are two adults that have a problem. And because of that, there are key bills that are still in committee that will be moving this week because Senator Holland's going to make it a priority. No new taxes without a popular vote, the PFD in the Constitution, the constitutional spending cap, no right to abortion exists in the Alaska Constitution. The split for PFDs, these are governor's bills. We're working on education reform, election integrity. We need to get to other things. That's why we're here. And my constituents don't want to hear excuses. They want us to get our work done. So
if I'm hearing you right, let me make sure I'm hearing you right. So you're saying that because she had a personal vendetta against the governor, she was specifically holding up his legislation, not based on the merits of the legislation, but because of that vendetta and that personal relationship. Is that the charge you're making?
I'm not making a charge. I'm telling you that the caucus eventually realized that we weren't going to get those things to the table. The most important thing is we've not even begun. So we're talking about the PFD, but we were going to use the governor's bills as the vessel so that we can get that work done. Now, again,
Senator Micciche, I think people would understand that's a big distinction there. You know, if Lora Reinbold hates the governor and so she's deciding to roadblock everything he proposes, then you would say as a caucus, okay, we got a problem here. But the other side of it is if she legitimately opposes his bills, I would imagine that most people would say she has every right to question them, to amend them, even block them. So that's why I think it's an important distinction. Is the behavior that she's exhibiting in blocking the governor's legislation, is it personal or is it based on her belief that the legislation he's proposing is not worthy of passing?
Dan, do you think that senator opposes a constitutional spending cap? Do you think that individual opposes the PFD and the Constitution? Do you think that individual opposes ending abortion?
Yeah.
These 5 bills moved out of the committee. This is not here. I'm not here to bash her. I'm here to tell you that no one individual in the legislature is special enough to delay the people's business, especially business that they support for a personal reason. But that's just a piece of it.
Well, Senator, let me just comment on that, and I think that is a legitimate, valid point. If she is conservative and she is blocking legitimate conservative bills, and the 3 bills you just mentioned, I think most conservatives would say, absolutely, we want to see advance and go to the governor's desk for a signature. And if she's blocking those, then you would have to say why. And then if she has exhibited behavior that illustrates some kind of real animosity and resentment toward the governor, and you add that into the mix, you'd have to say, well, apparently there's a problem here. There's some kind of personal feelings that are getting in the way of her running that committee. And I think that's a fair analysis. Now, we'll certainly give her the opportunity if she wants to call the show and respond to that. But I think you make a really strong point there.